Hey guys, so this is my update video. The woman who came to cleanse my house of the spirits that were here just left. She was here for about an hour, and I had so many questions for her. Like, she did her work, but then even, like, she was here for an hour doing what she did and then answering this whole, like, notebook full of questions that I had. When she first got here, she was telling me about the two men that she already knew that were here, and the little girl. She said she was like talking to them before she got here and like talking to their family, like if they had family, asking them to help come get them. Like specifically the little girl, who was what I was most interested in. She actually contacted her mother, who was able to come and get her. And we were in the kitchen, and I said, we're talking about all the people or whatever, and I said, can you see them? And she said, yes. And I said, well, where's the little girl? And she said, standing behind me. And I was like, okay. And then we're talking about her stuff, and she said she was standing right there, and even as we're talking, the little girl was like, can I go now? Like, she was very ready and willing and anxious to cross over and be with her family and that. And the woman said that she, released her or whatever, and her mom came to get her, and she was like going toward her, and she was like, Mommy! And the woman was crying, like telling me about this. And I was so happy that this little girl was able to go back and find her mom. And she said that, like, I'm answering some of the questions I asked her as I'm like telling the story. One of the questions was why there was so much activity and stuff like that for us here at the house. And she said because we're sensitive to it, we're open to it. And that this little girl was the one who was, calling me at night, and the one that tapped me on the head, the one that put the toys in the bed. And she was like, drawn to me, I guess, because I was a mother, and she could sense that I was a mother, but she knew that I wasn't her mother. But she knew I was a mother. That's why she was like interacting with me, I guess. She did play with the kids' toys, because I said a couple of times I would see things moved or whatever. So she played with the kids' toys. She was from the 18th century. She was like 11. She died of a disease like typhoid fever or something like that. And she doesn't know why they didn't cross over or whatever. I know she died before her parents. I wonder if that has to do with it. But, oh, so she said her name was Samantha, and her dad called her Sam. And she wanted to go. Like, we were talking, and I said, I have so many questions. And she was like, the lady that came here, was like, well, is it okay if I do my work and then we do the questions afterward? Because the little girl was like, can I go now? Like, she really wanted to go and be with her family, and, it makes sense in that. She said that everyone here was ready to cross over into the light. And the girl's mom came to get her. So there was even a lot more people here than she thought. She said that there were like portals in her house that were like letting people in, like good energy and bad energy. And there was two different ones. One in my bedroom, which is where all this has happened, and one in the basement, which I've always been freaked out about. And my friend who lived here before me said that she had heard conversations down in the basement. And this woman, I'll call her V. I don't want to say her full name, but that's her letter. So V said that there was a lot of people in the basement coming and going, different centuries and stuff like that, and they would talk to each other. She said during the day, like, we're using energy and cooking and cleaning and doing whatever, and then at night when it's calm is when they're using that energy. So that's why more stuff happens at night. And the pictures that I had taken that you could see orbs or different things was energy, like, of these different spirits and stuff like that, because the portal was right there, and that's where I was taking pictures in my room. She said also that there was a lot of like Native Americans here, and that it would be nice to give them like a fruit offering outside. Like, we had pumpkins and we have an apple tree and stuff like that. She said that they were happy with the fruit that's out there. I still might leave some stuff out there. It's not going to hurt anything. And she had, V had a man, like an Indian chief guide with her, too, that was, like, helping her and stuff like that. And after all this was done, he said, everyone's gone. There's nobody here. And nobody should come back because she closed the portals. What she actually did was, like, physically did, she went around the whole house and outside the house, and she, threw holy water, and she burnt sage, and she actually left us with this just in case we need to do it again. She said everyone's gone, but there was so many people here. It's like a bundle of sage. It actually smells good. It reminds me of church. I don't know if church burns sage, but I don't know if I've literally smelled this before. And it's strong. It's hard to explain, but it's just like a bundle of sage, and you like light it and you blow it out, and like the smoke, does it. And then afterwards, we lighted the tea candles, and she said to keep saying light and love, and it just kind of continues to purify things. And the candles are going now. That's why the kids are actually at my parents' house. I'm not rushing up there to pick them up because I want all the candles burned for a little while, and I want to blow them out and put them away before they get back, because Oliver fully knows everything that's going on today. Cassidy and Haley, I didn't tell anything because it would just scare her. So she's the oldest of the three. I have not told her anything. I told her this woman was coming to make the house smell nice. So when she comes home, she'll smell that, and, I asked if any of the people had any messages they wanted to tell us, and she said no, they were all just really wanting to go. But then she said to tell Oliver that the one guy that he saw that waved to him, I don't know if I said this in the other video, one of the men that Oliver saw, like, smiled and waved to him, and it completely freaked him out. And the man said to say to Oliver, sorry that he scared him. He didn't mean to. The second man that was, she said she could see him with, like, a musket. I asked if he was, like, a military man, and she said yes, he was in World War II. And I was telling her how Oliver was saying that it's very cool that he gets to, like, cross over on Veterans Day, and that we should thank him for his service. So hopefully he heard that. It was just, the lady was like, aw, like, it was a nice thing for Oliver to say. And V was telling me that Oliver was very brave. I asked her if that, with him being able to see these people, if it's like anything we should encourage or just leave alone or forget about. And she was saying, if he says he sees something, like, acknowledge that. Don't ignore him. Don't say he's lying. Don't, But we don't have to, like, pressure him about it or, like, do anything to make it happen or anything like that. Like, basically just leave it alone. And if he says anything, then it is. Like, she was saying when she was a kid, she was like 5 years old, she could see people, and people all thought she was lying. She kind of left it alone, and then when she was an adult again, came into, like, trying to, use her gift more and help people and whatever. I asked why they were here. Basically, they were just lost and stuck and didn't know. I think that's most of it. And she was saying the animals were more sensitive to it. Our dog knew that people were here. The dog was happy that everybody left now. And what else? I don't want to forget anything. That's why I like to make these videos, like, right after I talk to people or, she came or whatever. So I can get everything out, and then even when I do forget stuff later, I can watch this video back and, remember. But the thing about all of them, the thing I was the most, like, happy about was that, we were able to get this little girl out and to her family. I was, like, I guess sad about the fact that she was, like, stuck here. You know what I mean? It was sad. I'm a mother. I wouldn't want my kid stuck somewhere and not know where they're going or what's going on or where I was. It's sad. The other thing I asked her my like final question for her, I said, this has nothing to do with anything. I asked her if she has any connection to people that have already crossed over, and she said not really. That's not really her gift. Because I asked her, and I haven't addressed this on Facebook, or not Facebook. I haven't addressed this on YouTube. Mentioned it on Instagram. I haven't done a video about it. I don't know if I ever will, to be honest with you. But my brother passed away in September. He was 45. He had a heart attack and passed away very suddenly. So I asked her if she, had any connection with that. I basically it was so unexpected, and my whole thing was I just wanted to know if he was okay. She said that from what she can sense is that he's with family and he's doing great. She said because it was such a short amount of time ago that he passed, he can't like come back or anything, like to visit or whatever. I told her that I had a dream that I was talking to him and asking if he was all right and telling him I loved him and that. And I said, I don't know if that was just a dream, if it was just in my head. She said, no, that was real. That was him. So that made me feel good. She goes, I could tell it's still very painful for you. And right now I'm not going to talk about it because I'm going to cry. But, that was pretty much, I think I said this before, but it was the girl who was waking me up at night, calling Mom, tapping me on the head. But now everybody's gone. Everybody's gone. And she's like, oh, do you feel like lighter? Like the house is lighter? And I did, and I don't know if it was just because it was like put in my head like I should. But I do. It feels like calmer. And I feel good about having done this. You know what I mean? I had people tell me, oh, just forget about it. Leave it alone. Nothing's going on. But if nothing else for that little girl, I'm glad we got her back with her mommy where she belongs. So that was my experience with all this. I'm not going to say anything to the girls. I am going to tell Oliver that everybody's gone, that the man is sorry he scared you. He did not mean to. I probably won't give him all the details about the portals and whatever. That's kind of freaky. But, and she said nobody should be back, so we should not have a problem again if we do call her, but we shouldn't. I don't know. I'm the only one home right now, and that used to scare me, and now it feels so calm in here. And like I said, you guys might believe me or not. You might not believe any of this, which is fine, because I would probably think y'all were crazy too before this happened to me. I would love watching those TV shows like Kindred Spirits and that. I never knew how much of it was true. I believe people I know stories more than like things on TV. And like I said, you guys might not believe me at all. But this is my story. This is my experience with it. This will probably be my last update about it because there shouldn't be anything else to update on. Everything should be done and over now. We can just enjoy our house and finally get some sleep at night. And hopefully Oliver will sleep again because he's been sleeping in my bed and not sleeping. And, yeah. That's it. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. Leave me any comments down below. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.